What if your city was ruled by gangs instead of a government where stepping outside could cost you your life, and police no longer exist? In Port-au-Prince, this nightmare isn't fiction, it's happening right now, and the world is doing nothing. This is the capital city held hostage, and what you're about to see will shock you. In the heart of the Caribbean lies a city where daily life is a fight for survival, not because of natural disasters, poverty, or disease, though those exist in abundance, but because of something even more terrifying: a complete collapse of law and order. Port-au-Prince, the capital of Haiti, is no longer a city governed by the state. It is a city held hostage by gangs. Entire neighborhoods are ruled not by elected leaders or police, but by heavily armed warlords. Streets that once bustled with markets and children now echo with gunfire and fear. This is not just a crime problem, this is a humanitarian crisis unfolding in real time, with one question haunting every Haitian citizen: how did we get here? Port-au-Prince was once known for its vibrant culture, music, and the defiant spirit of his people. But decades of political instability, corruption, and foreign interference chipped away at its institutions. When the 2010 earthquake devastated the capital, killing over 200,000 people and leaving more than 1 million homeless, the fragile state infrastructure collapsed even further. Billions in international aid poured in, but much of it was mismanaged, misappropriated, or simply vanished. The rebuilding of Haiti never truly happened, and in the vacuum left behind, criminal networks took root. Today, gangs control more than 80% of Port-au-Prince. They have checkpoints, collect taxes, enforce their own brutal justice systems, and wage wars against tribal groups. Names like G9, 400 Mawozo, and Craze Barai strike terror into residents. These aren't just street gangs, they're paramilitary-style organizations with military-grade weapons, many smuggled in from abroad, especially the United States, with the national police force overwhelmed, underfunded, and infiltrated by corruption. There is no force capable of pushing back. The Haitian government has effectively lost control of its capital. The daily reality for citizens is unbearable. Kidnappings are rampant. Even school children are targets. Ransoms are demanded from families who can barely afford to eat. Women are subjected to horrifying levels of sexual violence, used as tools of control and punishment by gang leaders. Residents are often forced to flee their homes overnight, leaving behind everything to escape the crossfire. And for those who remain, the price of survival is silence and submission. Fuel shortages, caused in part by gang blockades of key ports and supply routes, have crippled the city. Hospitals can't function. Food prices have soared. Clean water is scarce. Aid workers are unable to enter certain neighborhoods without risking their lives. Humanitarian organizations describe Port-au-Prince as one of the most dangerous places on earth, not because of an active war, but because the rule of law no longer exists. The international community has been slow to respond. The United Nations has previously deployed peacekeeping missions to Haiti, but those efforts were marred by controversy, including a cholera outbreak linked to UN troops that killed thousands. Calls for foreign intervention are now met with skepticism and fear of repeating past mistakes. But with each passing day, the situation deteriorates further, and the people of Port-au-Prince are left to fend for themselves. The assassination of President Jovenel Moïse in July 2021 marked a turning point. He was killed in his own home, under the protection of his security detail. The murder still insult plunged Haiti into even deeper chaos. Since then, a power vacuum has allowed gangs to flourish unchecked. Interim leaders have little legitimacy, and elections have been repeatedly delayed. Political parties remain divided, and the institutions necessary for rebuilding are paralyzed by fear and mistrust. Haitians are resilient. They have endured centuries of hardship, from slavery to revolution, from dictatorships to disasters. But even their resilience is being tested like never before. Many are risking their lives to flee the country, boarding flimsy boats in hopes of reaching the US or other Caribbean nations. Thousands have been deported back to Haiti, only to return to a country more dangerous than the one they left. Meanwhile, the youth of Haiti, its greatest asset, are growing up in an environment defined by violence, fear, and hopelessness. Schools are closed, opportunities are scarce. Joining a gang is, for many, not a choice but a means of survival. Entire generations are being lost to chaos, and with each child who picks up a gun instead of a book, the future of Haiti slips further into darkness. The silence of the global community is deafening. There are no viral hashtags, no breaking news headlines, no urgency in international forums. Yet what is happening in Port-au-Prince is nothing short of a tragedy. A city abandoned, a people betrayed, and a nation on the brink of collapse. Every day without action is a day more lives are lost, more families destroyed, more futures erased. But Port-au-Prince is not just a city of suffering, it is also a city of resistance. Activists, journalists, and ordinary citizens continue to speak out. Even at great personal risk, they refuse to be silenced. They document the horrors, they care for the wounded, they organize, protest, and fight for a better tomorrow. Their courage is a beacon in the darkness, a reminder that even in the bleakest moments, hope still flickers, and perhaps that's the most heartbreaking truth of all. Haiti does not lack courage, it does not lack will, it lacks support, it lacks justice, it lacks the basic structures that every human being deserves: safety, dignity, and freedom. Port-au-Prince is a symbol, not just of a nation in crisis, but of a world that turns its back to easily and the vulnerable. This is not just Haiti's problem, this is a global failure. The rise of gangs in Port-au-Prince didn't happen overnight. It was the result of decades of broken promises, failed interventions, economic exploitation, and political neglect. The people of Haiti deserve better. They deserve peace. They deserve leadership. They deserve to walk their streets without fear, to raise their children in safety, and to dream of a future that isn't defined by bloodshed. The time for ignoring Haiti is over. The time for band-aid solutions and half-hearted diplomacy is over. What's needed is bold, coordinated, and just action. What's needed is solidarity, not in words, but in deeds. Because if we let Port-au-Prince fall, if we let gangs decide the fate of an entire nation, then we accept a world where power rules without accountability, and where human life is reduced to collateral damage. Port-au-Prince is not just being held hostage by gangs, it's being held hostage by global indifference. But the chains can still be broken. The story isn't over, and the people of Haiti, bruised but unbroken, are still waiting for the world to care. Port-au-Prince is not just a city lost to crime, it is a city that has been abandoned by the very systems meant to protect it. It is the living proof of what happens when a society is left to rot under the weight of corruption, poverty, and international negligence. The streets that were once filled with laughter, music, and the resilient heartbeat of Haitian culture now echo with fear, silence, and the crackle of automatic gunfire. And while the world looks away, distracted by more convenient headlines, nearly 3 million people live trapped in a daily cycle of terror, ignored, forgotten, and erased. But this is not just a Haitian crisis. This is a global indictment. The weapons that flood the hands of gang leaders don't come from Haitian soil. The political instability didn't appear out of thin air. The economic exploitation that left the country vulnerable didn't begin yesterday. It is the result of centuries of foreign interference, failed peacekeeping, and empty promises. Haiti has long been a pawn in larger geopolitical games, and now its capital city has become the ultimate casualty. Every child forced to join a gang to survive is a symbol of our collective failure. Every mother who must choose between food and safety is a cry for help we keep ignoring. And every family mourning a loved one lost to violence is a reminder that peace is not just a privilege, it is a right. Yet for Port-au-Prince, that right has been stolen. The city bleeds wealth of powerful debate, and for every day that passes without real action, the dream of a stable, thriving Haiti drifts further out of reach. And yet, despite everything, there is a heartbeat beneath the rubble. There are journalists risking their lives to tell the truth, community leaders shielding the vulnerable, teachers holding underground classes, doctors performing surgeries without electricity or supplies. There is resistance, there is hope, there is still a people who have not given up, even when the world has. We must not allow the city to disappear into the shadows. Port-au-Prince is not a lost cause, it is a call to conscience, a challenge to humanity. The people of Haiti are not asking for pity. They are demanding justice, dignity, and a future not defined by fear. And that future will never arrive if we continue to treat their suffering as background noise in a loud, distracted world.